I just saw a fireball and then it was just gone. So I haven't seen anything since they hit the river, but it was a CRJ and a helicopter that hit.
And those are the moments an air traffic controller started responding to the deadly crash last night between an American Airlines flight and a military helicopter in Washington, D.C. Transportation leaders say they expect no survivors. And now recovery efforts continue on the Potomac River as crews try to find the remaining bodies that were on the American Airlines flight and Army Black Hawk helicopter. At this point, officials say 28 bodies of the 67 people on board the two aircraft have been accounted for. Thanks for joining us for Fox 43 News First at 4. I'm Evan Forrester. This newly obtained video shows the devastating moment those aircraft collided in the sky just before 10 o'clock last night. The investigation is underway to figure out exactly what happened. Less than 30 minutes ago, the Associated Press announced it obtained a report from the FAA that says staffing was, quote, not normal in the air traffic control tower at the time of the midair collision. President Trump expressed his condolences to the families impacted, and he is vowing to push the investigation to ensure that nothing like this can ever happen again. We do have team coverage on what is now considered one of the deadliest commercial plane crashes in American history. Fox 43's Matt Kleinitz breaking down reaction to what happened. First, though, we're checking in with Fox 43's Marshall Keeley. He's live at the Ronald Reagan National Airport right now, where the NTSB just provided an update on the crash about an hour or so ago. Marshall?
Yeah, Evan, the National Transportation Safety Board is on scene for the first full day of its investigation here, already gathering evidence. They have not yet found the flight data contained in those black boxes in those two aircrafts believed to still be in the water of the Potomac at this hour, but they are already trying to piece together what happened. The tragic midair crash at a major U.S. airport.
I speak for all of us when I say, and certainly all Washingtonians, how very sad we are.
Has now turned into a recovery mission.
At this point, we don't believe there are any survivors from this accident.
American Eagle Flight 5342 from Wichita, Kansas was coming in for a landing at Reagan National Airport around 8:48 last night when it collided with a Black Hawk Army helicopter on a routine training flight, sending both into the Potomac River. The plane, carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew, broke into 3 pieces. All 64 people aboard the plane and the 3 soldiers aboard the Army helicopter are believed to be dead. More than 300 first responders battled frigid waters and changing winds as they searched through scattered debris overnight and into today.
We will continue to work to find all the bodies and collect them and reunite them with their loved ones.
U.S. Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy says both crafts were following normal flight patterns at the time of the crash. This morning, American Airlines CEO Robert Isom suggested the Army helicopter entered the plane's airspace.
And at this time, we don't know why the military aircraft came into the path of the PSA aircraft.
We will not rest until we have answers for the families and for the flying public.
There are a lot of people hurting today. We will help find out what happened. We will do it factually, and we will do it accurately.
Now, American Airlines has set up family assistance centers here at DCA and in Wichita for the loved ones. We do know the NTSB told us today that some of those families are still en route to the scene here. The NTSB did not rule out taking some of those families back to the crash site when the time is appropriate and things have been cleaned up there. And we also know at this hour, Evan, that some of the individuals on the plane that crashed here were members of the U.S. figure skating team.
Yeah, from both here in the U.S. and from Russia. Marshall, any indication if we're expecting any more updates from authorities still today?
Yeah, Evan, we're not expecting to hear from the NTSB again today. Investigators say they are going to collect all the perishable materials that they can from the crash site and gather as much evidence as possible. They say they're not rushing this. They're trying to obtain as much information as they can and make an accurate conclusion as to what caused this crash. We do expect to receive a preliminary report from the NTSB in 30 days. Live at Reagan National Airport, I'm Marshall Keeley, Fox 43 News.
All right, Marshall, thank you so much. We'll continue to check in with you this evening.